At the end of the day, though, Jimmy Williams, the tinderbox, the danger that we're in right now is that you have this disgust, you have this sense of both resentment and victimization in the population and anger and all this. You have politicians who are really into retaining power, whatever the mechanics of achieving that or what they perceive them to be that day might be. The question is there a way to convert that rage and frustration, which right now is manifesting itself in a destructive capacity? So people look at this and they say, you know what? Shut the government down. These people don't know what they're doing. Get this whole thing out of here, which is a very pleasing, it's like a 4-year-old that doesn't like the situation. It's very emotionally pleasing to take that anger and frustration and convert it into a terminal or a destructive act because it feels better. At the same time, we all know that if we do not harness that energy in some way that is creative and constructive toward prosperity goals in any way, that energy will release itself, that we can't pretend. I feel like the Democratic Party has screwed up by pretending that the energy of frustration that is there either doesn't exist or doesn't matter. I feel like the Republican Party has said it's there, let's use it for an agenda that is destructive. How do we take that energy and not deny its existence or manipulate it for destructive purposes, but in fact acknowledge it, engage it, and harness it toward a constructive level of engagement?
Well, I want to remind people that this isn't the first time that the American people have been pissed off at their government. I mean, I seem to recall, even as a small child, the Nixon era when people lost faith massively in their government. In 1992, when I was moving to Washington, D.C. from South Carolina, you remember the neat little man called Ross Perot and the movement that you talk about, and the movement that he sort of energized and internalized and became that candidate for that. But I do want to say something. I want to remind people of something very simple. Democrats are at fault and Republicans are at fault. Here's why Democrats are at fault. Democrats need to grow a set of balls and come up with ideas as opposed to just running around saying Republicans are evil. And I want to remind people that my Republican friends have done something very interesting. I want to remind them of when Newt Gingrich said, I want Medicare or whatever it was to wither on the vine. Republicans don't want government. They want to starve it to death. Democrats don't have ideas that they go and propose. The governor, I just talked about that. So I want Democrats to grow a set of balls, and I want Republicans to realize that actually government can help people and should leave people alone when they don't need it.